All right, lads, welcome back to me podcast, Cheaper Than Therapy. Mick Thomas here. How are you? Welcome back. Thanks for liking, subscribing, and sharing and all that stuff. I'm on the YouTube now, right? So you can watch this if you get a chance on YouTube. I have a lot of great guests coming up that will only be available on my YouTube channel. So maybe subscribe to that. If you're listening to this on Anchor, Spotify, Apple, Google Play, Stitch, wherever you're getting your podcast from, keep doing it. But if you want to mosey on over to the YouTube, it goes up early for one, so you get kind of like this Friday. I'm headlining Governor's Comedy Club in Levittown on the patio room, the patio. So by the time this comes out, the show will have been over. If you're listening to it on Spotify, but if you're watching it on YouTube, you get notification. It comes out right away. You get a chance to get tickets before they're sold out. A lot of my stand-up is going to start going over on the YouTube. Just hit subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything. I got bonus episodes that are only available on YouTube. Special guests coming on. I got a guy coming up who recently just broke the 100-mile record. Maybe I'll get a chance to talk about that a bit later. But yeah, so, if you're on there, just go to YouTube. Hit subscribe. Leave a comment if you like the show, if you don't like the show. Whatever you like, do whatever you want. Do whatever you want. It's free country, free world. Unless you're listening to this pirated in a country where it's not free to listen to this. Probably China. I talk shit about China a bit, so maybe they're not happy if you listen to it. But go out there and give it a listen, give it a subscribe. But I do appreciate it, so thanks so much. And I have another podcast that comes out every week. You can get it in the same place you get Cheaper Than Therapy, which is the Almost Irish podcast. And we fucking had some fun this week, and it's an hour podcast. It's me, Dan Barry, Dennis Rooney, and we fucking laugh, man. We laugh our asses off. Two funny comedians and me, and it's just a fun. So give that a check out if you get a chance too, right? Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Anyway, so it's a weird week. Oh, by the way, before I go any further, to get you before you sign off, on May 21st, May 22nd, I'm headlining Mohegan Sun in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. Cannot wait to get back. I love that room. Love it. Absolutely a great time. The people are always great. The crowds are always fantastic. Tickets are on sale now. And of course, I'm at the Comic Strip a bunch of times. Comic Strip is kind of really becoming my home club. Let me move this up here a little bit. So there you go. Comic Strip is kind of, I love that club. It's a great place to be. Speaking of the Comic Strip, segues. Here's what happened this week at the Comic Strip. So I go in on Saturday. I had a bunch of shows there. So on Saturday night, I go in. And I took a ride in with Chris Roach this weekend. I was there this weekend, so I got a chance to ride with Chris Roach, and because we were both on the same show. Chris Roach, very funny comedian. Go check him out. And we got to go. We were at the Comic Strip. My spot was second to last of the night. What I mean by spot is that what's time I'm going up on stage for. Both shows, the order was, now there was two comics before us. And then there was Chris Roach, Mick Thomas, that's me. And then Brian Scott McFadden, very funny comedian, also check him out. So it was like that on both shows. You had Roach, Mick Thomas, Brian Scott McFadden. We go to the first show, great. We had a great time. We went across to BurgerFi, right across the street from there. You get a nice little burger. Myself, Chris Roach, and Mike Burton, who was hosting the show. Very, very funny guy. And then we go back for the second show. Now, the second show, it was packed. It was sold out. Now, I don't know what happened with the staff. I think they were short for whatever reason it was. None of my business. They were short staff members. So usually when you go to a comedy club and there's short staff, just maybe take a look around and watch them. Watch how hard they fucking work. Like, they work harder than anybody. They work harder than the comics, I'll be honest with you. I know you're not there for the wait staff. You're there for the comics, and that's as you should be, right? As you should be. But take a look around and just watch how hard they work. Those lovely, lovely ladies, sometimes lads. So Roach did his spot. I went up, did my spot, had two great sets, had a lot of fun, trying out new material, working well, happy with the process. A great night happening, right? Nice burger across the street, got to see the lovely staff, comedians, fucking great night. So I'm standing waiting for Roach, because if you know Chris Roach, it takes him forever to fucking leave a room. It's worse than Elton John's goodbye party. Like, he just loves attention, so anyone talks to him, he'll take it instead of just putting the head down and leave. Chris Roach loves the attention. So I'm standing at the door, the front door, waiting for him. And then I see these two girls walk towards me. Attractive ladies, if you will. Attractive ladies. And as they're walking, one of the wait staff comes out, and I won't mention her name, obviously. She comes out and she's flustered, right? Brian McFadden is on stage, last comic of the night. They're trying to get the checks together. People are trying to pay their bills. So the staff member walks up behind them and goes, "Girls, were you going anywhere?" Now, usually at the comic strip, some clubs have different rules on how they do it, but if you want to go outside and smoke or whatever, if you want to go take a phone call, which we love that you do that. We like that you don't take a call in the showroom. If you want to go take a call, then you go outside. But usually if you're leaving the building, you have to leave your license or some form of ID, whatever you have before you, something to make you want to come back in so you don't skip out on the old bill. And these girls just kept walking. So the waitress said, "Ladies, where are you going?" They didn't answer. And one kind of mumbled something like, "Oh, I'm just going, do. Didn't give an answer really. And she goes, "Well, do you want your bill?" And they went, "Okay." And they fucking bolted out the door. Straight out the door. And all the waitress could do was just go like, "Oh." And I saw it, man. I saw the fucking defeat in her face because it was probably a large bill. Now, if you go back on 2 episodes ago on the Almost Irish podcast, you hear Mick Thomas kind of I played a character of the bad guy on the Almost Irish podcast. If you go listen to it, I'm not really a bad guy, but it's kind of over-exaggerated by Dan Barry's opinion of me. And it's kind of funny. I like it. I like playing the villain on the show, even though I don't mean all the things I say on there. But I did 2 weeks ago, I did an episode about tipping and that kind of stuff. And I played a typical European, almost like Mr. Pink and Reservoir Dogs. But I know how hard this staff works, right? I really do. All joking aside, I know how hard all the staff works at, especially the comic strip and other comedy clubs across the city, across the country, across the globe. So I go, fucking not today, Zorg, if you're from Toy Story. And I just take off running after them. Right? Now, I'm wearing Converse runners, sneakers, kicks, as what the kids are saying nowadays. Stomps, I don't know. So I take off after them. I'm running in Converse. Now, listen, am I the only person to run in Converse? No. We know Rocky Balboa ran in Converse. Rocky Balboa ran in Converse all the time. He watched from Rocky 1. And then it was kind of bullshit when he went back to Rocky Balboa. He had all the money from the restaurant and him sure his good retirement fund from fighting that he just decided to run in Converse again when, there's other Asics or Asics as we call them in Ireland, right? They're good for running rock. Maybe get a pair of them. Reeboks, Nikes, so on and so forth. So I'm not the first one to run in Converse. So I opened the door and I look to my left and I just catch the tail of them turning down 81st Street. So I fucking take after them like I am the T-1000 from Terminator 2. Just boom. Skin is not leaking. No, skin is not leaking. No problem at all. Not a sweat. Not a bead of sweat. My body is like, I'm going to sleep. You go into autopilot. You take over this. So I see these girls at the end of the block and I just tear right up. Now I'm running right next to them. Just like a fucking gazelle chasing the 2 lions. Right? Different twist on the story. So I'm a gazelle and now I'm fucking running right next to them. And I whip out my phone and I give him the old... I didn't realize I was saying it when I said it, but then I realized after I said it, I was like... That's a very Captain America thing to say. Captain America said this line. And I'm running beside the girls. I go, "Listen, I can do this all day. And while I'm doing it, I can call the cops and we can just keep going. I'm going to tell the cops where we are. Or you can just go back, pay the girl what you owe her, and we call it a night." They still tried to run and I'm running next to them. Right? I'm running next to them. Now, they were dressed up kind of nice, like really kind of cute. Like, like the way some of these, they dress up like, I don't want to say Asian. That's kind of, I guess that's kind of stereotyping, but the anime people, they dress like a little skirt, tights underneath it, and have sneakers. I was like, they were dressed like that, right? Very attractive girls again, as I was saying. So I'm running right next to him, and I go, right, I'm just going to call the cops. And then all of a sudden, one of them just stops, leans over, just couldn't catch her breath, out of shape. I'm standing there, so then the other one stops with her, and I go, "Well, what's it going to be, girls?" And they go, "All right, we'll pay the bill. We'll pay the bill." So I'm walking them back up, and they're like stitching, holding their side, and I'm just walking. Again, didn't break a bead of sweat. So I'm walking all the way up 81st with these, and then I turn to him and go, "You just heard me on stage talk about how I run a fucking marathon every week," because I got a funny joke about running marathons. I go, "You just heard me on stage talking about how I run a marathon every week. I ran one this morning." I go, "What made you think you could outrun me?" And then one girl's like, we just thought you were full of shit. We just thought like that was just a joke." And I'm like, yeah, like most comedians, guys, we all do exaggerated truth. There's some truth to what we say. Not many comedians really brag about themselves on stage. They really don't. Usually it's self-deprecating, right? About like, I'm not good at this, I'm not good at that. When really they are good at this, they are good at that. Kind of get the audience to like them, because no audience member wants a fucking comic who goes to there and brags, "Hey, I'm great, I'm good at everything I do, and look at me, I'm up on stage, there's a spotlight on me, your girlfriend's watching me too." You don't want to be hateable. So not many comics go up on stage and talk about how great they are unless they're doing it ironically. So they go, "We just thought you were kidding." I go, "No, I wasn't. I run a fuck." So now we're walking up, and they're like, then they go, we were just kidding." I go, "No, you weren't. No, stop. No, you weren't. You weren't kidding. If you were kidding, someone would be laughing, and nobody's laughing right now." We keep walking up. We get to the corner. Who's standing there? Only 6'6", Chris fucking Roach, out of breath from walking from the front door to the corner, which is probably 60 feet, if that. And he's standing. He walked from the door to the fucking corner, and he's out of breath. He's like, "Oh yeah, buddy, you got him, buddy." Like, what were you gonna do, Roach? What were you gonna do? So then we walk up, and I had this big moment, and I opened the door to comic strip, and everyone was kind of standing there, right? And I was like, and I go, "Get in there," right? Just like I was so fucking proud. Like, remember, like you watch those Spider-Man movies and he catches the criminals, and then like it just shows them and they're all caught in a web, and they're like, oh, they're all stuck in a web like this, and then Spider-Man just swings off, and everyone's like, "Thank you, Spider-Man." Or Superman would do it in the old movies, right? He would drop the criminal off outside the cop station, just leave him there, and just fucking. And they're all just standing there going, that's what I felt like. That's what it was like. I was like, just get in there. Now I expect everybody to be chanting when I walked in the door, like, "Mick, Mick, Mick." You know what I mean? Carry me, put me up on the shoulders. Not only was your set great, but also you're saving the day. You're saving the day too. Sorry, Smoothie went up on me there. Right? That didn't happen. JR, the manager, just had his head down counting. Again, it was the end of the night. I don't do it for praise. I don't do it for the pat on the back. That's not me. A free t-shirt would have been nice, having said that, but even the waitress didn't even thank me. That's fine. I think, again, she had so many other tables to deal with. But here's what happened. I get her in the door, and I get the two criminals in the door, and the waitress goes like, "Ladies, here's your bill." And I'm like, "Yeah, pay your bill." And the bill was like, I can't remember. If I'm saying this number, you could accuse me of making it up, and you wouldn't be wrong. But I want to say it was like $150 something. I want to say that, or $130 something, right? And I'll tell you why I came to that conclusion, because they didn't even have money on them. They didn't even go into their wallet and have close, like they knew that their goal that night was to go out, sit down, watch a comedy show, legend on stage, and fucking leave, food, drink, leave for free. You don't get that for free. You know what I mean? You don't get that for free, especially when you got a waitress going back and forth bringing you fucking booze. No way, man. You don't get that for free. So they go to the ATM. There's an ATM inside the comic strip, and they take out their half, because it was something you could split, right? So that's why I'm saying I think it was like 160. And then they both gave like $80 each. They handed over $80 to the waitress, and the waitress went, "I'll go," or $160, whatever it was, $80 each, whatever it was. Let's say it's 160. I think it was 160. So they gave him $80 each. And then, so the waitress goes, "All right, I'll be right back with your change," which is probably going to be like $6. And what did the two cunts say? "Okay, thank you." Like, you wouldn't even give her a tip, which is less than 10. Now, granted, she may have added a tip onto the bill. Some places do that. That's fine. Not my business. But now, these bitches waited for their change. Like stood there while everybody, me, Chris Roach, the door guy, totally useless, just watching him, having to look at him, and they're like, they didn't care. And then the waitress gave them back their change, and then they left. And again, I was expecting the Mick Thomas parade to start, but nothing happened. Nobody said anything. We'll see when I'm back there this Thursday if I have a t-shirt waiting for me. That would be nice. Comic strip, if you're listening. I like t-shirts from comedy clubs. I don't care. I really don't care. I didn't do it for that. Not all heroes wear capes, as they say. You know, I saw that online the other day. I saw that online where someone said, not all heroes wear capes. And it was a video. Now, when I go onto Instagram, follow me on there, Mick Thomas Comedy. I'm kind of funny. I troll people. Now, when I troll people, I'm not doing it to be mean. Like, I'm not, like, if there's a girl standing there and she's like, oh, don't I look great? I go, no, you don't. You look like shit. Right? What happened to your shirt? Did you just sleep in it? Why is it so wrinkly? You know what I mean? Like, I don't make fun of people like that. I kind of more or less make fun of the situation. So one guy posted up a video of these people being heroes. You know, like there's one in Japan where a woman is about to jump in front of a train and a guy runs out last second, grabs her, pulls her in. A car is fucking driving along and there's an old woman crossing the street and a guy just grabs her, pulls her in. There's a lot of stuff like that, stopping babies from falling off cliffs and that kind of stuff, and things hitting people and baseballs flying at people's face and something whoosh, and they catch the ball right before it hits their face. And the title of it said, not all heroes wear capes. And everybody was like commenting with teardrop emojis and a round of applause emojis and heart emojis and that kind of stuff. And then Mick Thomas, who hates happiness and is uncomfortable with love, just writes, yeah, no shit. Spider-Man, The Flash, Nightwing, Captain America, Black Widow, Aquaman, and Jeff, the guy who works at Subway, who sometimes gives me a cookie that I didn't ask for free. Right? So that's what I write. And then, just as a joke, and everybody just fucking piles on. Oh, you're an ass. I'm just like, oh, the hate is. Again, I didn't insult anybody, but again, yeah, not all heroes wear capes. That's what I thought. And then it was so funny as I was going in, like, the girls were kind of hot. I thought, like, maybe it's time for me to stop watching porn. Right, I don't watch it. I don't want to make it seem like I'm a deviant, but I kind of, you know, I might flick onto it once in a while. And I just thought in my head, I thought, like, what if, like, as I'm walking back, number one or two things went to my head. Is like, you fucking idiot. These girls could have had a gun. Why did you not think they would have a gun? Because they're young, attractive, white females that they don't have a gun. Are you out of your fucking mind? Everybody has a gun. So, I figured, like, okay, they could take a gun and fucking just shoot me right in the solid, hard chest. Good luck getting through that bullet. If COVID couldn't get in, you're not getting in. But something could happen, right? Something could happen. And then the other thing I thought, like, what if they said to me, you know, we could work this out. Right? See, watching too much porn, we could work something out. I'm just about to chase him, and then all of a sudden I go in and my hair is disheveled, messy. My hair is messy. I walk in and I'm out of breath. And I go, I couldn't catch him. There's some fast ladies, boys. I tell you, they know how to run, those girls. And they go, yeah, Mick, but why is your fucking fly open? Don't know. And I thought that's what could have happened. So I was like, yeah, not all heroes wear capes. Not all heroes wear capes. That was the moral of the story. So I go back there this week, and who knows? Maybe those girls. I wonder, since they know who I am, have they found me online? Are they watching this? Do they feel guilty? You don't know. Is it one of these things now they're obsessed with me because I caught them and they've got like Stockholm syndrome? Stockholm syndrome, though, is if I kidnapped them, right? Let me pull back on the brakes on that one, or pull back on the reins, as they say. But yeah, so that was my story from Saturday night. I was kind of looking forward to telling you all that, and not at all embellished. It's 100% true story. Although the only part I may have embellished on it was Chris Roach walked 60 feet when it could have been about 50 feet before he was out of breath, knackered, and, you know, exhausted. But yeah, so that's it. Anyway, lads, I'll leave it at that. That was a nice story, wasn't it? I hope that kind of kept you going for the day or night. Thanks so much for listening, liking. And please subscribe and share, comment around wherever. If you're listening to podcasts, it's fine. Rate me show, give me stars, give me thumbs up. If you don't like it, fucking give me thumbs down. Whatever you want to do. Just interaction kind of helps me. And just subscribe when you walk in. It costs you nothing to go onto my YouTube and go click subscribe, or go onto any of the podcasts and just subscribe to the podcast. That's it. Leave comments, whatever you want to do. Whatever you want to do, I do appreciate it. And again, May 21st, May 22nd, come up to Mohegan Sun in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. I'd love to see you. I would love to see you. I'm recording this now, and before I go, but yeah, I think the world is ending now, right? With especially in America, something happened with the gas pipes. Now there's no gas, so as I'm recording this gas is plentiful, and by the time this episode might come out on the regular channels, not YouTube, because YouTube's out today, I think there's no gas in the country. So if you're listening to this on Monday onwards, you're probably after killing people and for gasoline, which is hysterical. We're about to turn into the world of Mad Max. Anyway, I hope you stay safe, and that doesn't affect anybody living here on Long Island or in America. But for the rest of you out there, thank you so much. I appreciate you liking, subscribing, sharing, and listening, and commenting, and all that stuff. Until next time, I'm not going to tell you to wash your hands anymore, because I think we pretty much beat the old COVID. Thanks so much, everybody, and I will talk to you soon. Good luck to you. Good luck to you.